Hello, greater of YouTube and the internet at large. This is Killer Cardinal DA7. I've got a lot of things on my mind and a lot of things I want to say. I've been playing games for almost 30 years, almost my whole life. Games are an art form, they're engaging, they're interactive. They require you to do things and take action in order for things to happen on the screen. It's not like a TV show or movie where you can just turn it on and then your responsibility is gone. You just watch and it's over. Games require you to take action and take control. And that's helpful for people. It's helpful for a lot of people who probably feel like they don't have a lot of control in their lives, who don't feel like they have an appropriate amount of impact in what goes on around them. You know, for me, when I was younger, I was bullied a lot. And games were not only an escape, but a way for me to feel like I had impact and control on some world somewhere, even just in my imagination. And as I grow older, while I appreciate games more and more and more, I feel like the amount of actual real-life consequence when you play them is minimal. There's barely any. You turn on the game, and it's a phenomenal experience. You can go to any kind of world you want. You can be anything you want. But when the game turns off, your progression goes back to where it was before you turned it on. Your levels are gone. Your gear is gone. Your skills are all gone. Well, they revert back to what they were before you turned the game on. I want my life to have some consequence. And although it's risky, although it's dangerous, I want games for me to bridge the gap between the fantasy and the fun and the power, the power fantasies and the imagination, and also the real life societal impact. Even if it's just in a gaming community, we all share that one thing: gaming. There are a lot of people who look at games and they see targets. They see just things to shoot at or things to attack. Okay. Some people look at games and they see something to dissect. That everything on the screen is just yours to pick apart and see the offensiveness inside. And that's okay too, I guess. The game or TV show or movie can get us talking about what people are fearful of or insecure about, then okay, that's good too. I want to put out videos about games, but I also want to put out videos about society. I don't want people to think that every gamer is just a basement dweller who doesn't have any feelings and doesn't have any interests beyond just the fantasy world that they live in. We all enjoy the fantasies of games, but sometimes we need to step out of those fantasies and deal with the real world around us, which is scarier because we have a hell of a lot less control about the world around us. It's a lot harder to control the people around you, the actual people around you, because you can't complain to a developer when you get into an argument with somebody. You just have yourself to blame or them to blame. Usually it's the other person. I want to see if we can all communicate better and find solutions to the problems that plague society. For me, I'm an extremely middle ground person, and while I don't see myself as the hero in this situation, I find myself in a position where I'm the most likely to both call out two sides of an argument, but also respect both sides as well. I don't know where I'm going to start or what I'm going to look at first, but hopefully we can get some conversation started. I can expose myself to a wide variety of people, and I can play devil's advocate, which is probably my favorite game of all time. The DA in my name, that's where it comes from. Playing devil's advocate tests people's arguments, and anyone who tells you that they don't owe you an explanation for something, okay, fine. They don't owe you an explanation. They at least owe themselves an explanation. How often they actually give themselves that explanation is anybody's guess. But I want to test people's arguments as well as my own. I don't just want to point fingers and target everyone else in the world. When I say I look at everyone and examine everyone, that includes me, all of us. Every one of us is responsible for how things go. Then if things don't get better, then we're not doing anything to fix it. If you can pull a trigger in a game or press a button or take someone down or assassinate somebody in a game or make some kind of decision in a game, where there is no consequence and then go on the internet and act brave. It doesn't take a psychologist to see how little bravery there actually is in that. I want us all to be brave, and I want us all to address fear. I want us to have impactful conversations, and I want to open up the floor so that we can all be heard. This is Killer Cardinal DA7. Talk to you soon.
By your hand, expose their heart. By my edge, leave it beating from its nest.